And so one team no and shada and an entirely division one side and I'm with so player to say Solomon and Tomakoa. This was a player who rose through the ranks at Right to Dream Academy. On your opportunity, Echo Young Apostles, Echo Boy the Macra Great Olympics, to kind by the whole of last season, one more Martin Bia and at this season was signing Eddie Ama Oho United. So he is coming into the team with rich experience. And him say Obetimi Ababe Buano with the kind of quality or war in the team. Then again, you can talk of a player to say about Ganyu. About Ganyu, a boy, Edema Techiman 11 Wonders. In the year 2022, Omuviye Eko Sanima FC Samates before us are all returning to 11 Wonders and eventually was signing this season at the Ama Oho United. Last season, he was one of the players I know Munya goes at the Malmo. In so far in his career, out of 35 games, I won 11 goals and I was share as a striker. So clearly, Hearts of Folk would have a huge test on their hands. Don't forget to say, Hearts of Folk have a bad record in recent times when they play their opening fixtures. The last 6 games are in their opening games, but then they have an experienced gaffer in Didi Dramani who has won the Premier League twice with Kumasi. Frank Abraduku leading the lines, our game no more. Then of course, Oshe the players now mobile in the middle, especially the double pivot, Obo, Karim and David Opanafrane, and these are like for like players. I think Seb he had understood the need to have more players in terms of defensive work, because when United airball now or attacker with Kwame Paul, Abbas Ganyu, Kojo Buama, and that of Daniel Osafwa. These are players on any other given day on Betima torment with defense. So the coach have decided to partner Abdul Karim and then David Opanafrane. Said on that defensive block, and I think that maybe going forward a bit more farmer. But in the first 5 minutes of the game, me said that much of a combination from a Hearts of Folk.
Bore throw in here to Tiakra Hearts of Folk. Ganiwa Bass on the crab on the ma United with 2 ball Kwame Paul. Next referee say and Trasso. Like a Kwame here, Mr. Referee Betimia Jim Friedman Tediamano. So referee and track games one o'clock when you are United. Bona. So play about in pass on the ball at him. Next one actual line a goal kicker. Yeah, ball edit to Accra Hearts of Folk. Goalkeeper Kwaku Musa. One at that post in the United from Division 1. But they qualify. The players don't do na Omusia Kain. Ediama United and then no. Be don't do na Siakai our Division 1 as a team sir. One more boat here and nam so Emma United. EBPM Ghana Premier League no. Do do na Ejema no Omusia Kain Eje Amomo. Ebinom so Ebemukra. Goalkeeper Kwaku Musa Saso and a Sofian Osman. One more Yamrantia, Division 1, and no Munjamu, at the United, referee Sabona, Ratafa, the Tia, Hoho United. The Siakaya Sima and Suntamwani, across of Focus, Hoho United, and Shabi, Ghana Premier League, March day 1, way added 2025-2026 season, Bonacra. Martin Kakarina, so the Bonacra. Roma Clebon into pass what they want to and say here. Phobia Rantano, because he will back my too aggressive. That
was a very brilliant run from Ransford Mensah, the left back at the Hearts of Folk. And this is what is expected of him. Say, oh, ball a gamer, also ball high pressing gamer. You need your fullbacks, say always all the time. Don't make me attacking. And I think that drive from the left side, Hearts of Folk side, I think it was good. He just needed to have a very good pass and cap. By now, Hearts of Folk make me a goal.
United, the crab or our Hearts of Folk, the box that you have a shot and then one o'clock him. I'm an natural line, throw in a year to and yet your cross of folk pick where you wanted to want to quite. Heart of Folk. United. Yeah, say Heart of me. I think Kurumana say. Senior Basake. Anybody across of Folk last season? They were across Sports Stadium. No. If you be saying SC. Kevin or SCB. We Pierce the Banaka Command. Benjamin Asari. Goalkeeper. The across of Folk. Quechila border so. Was some come on Pejabon and facing with Piasso. Ben and the Bonafabin Kum. The Bonacoma Ali Mohammed. Sadia Command goalkeeper. Benjamin Asari. Jimmy the Bonafani Fafaso. Bonnie Cracker has of Fukamo Sergio forward. The phobia by so many empresses so Kevin or Cecily. A sunny bottom 10 the Bonachin, what been come for so here. Accra has of folk. The Bonaquecha Coma. Abdul Karim appears on Bonaquechi, Phobia Mantano, or the Bonacoma Ali. Heart of Folk, come here be so betting and goodness of United. Oh, my, you're a chill pampers on my heart of folk. Come on, into the Shagway as a house of Shagway Dikaya. One must bet me as a pa. Phobia. One will be so betting upon Momo, David of Pafrane, and that will Fifi or Edema Heart of Sasso, and Mohammed Hussein. One when you are Bob Hobart so betting Yabua. Not Phobia to me, I think, couldn't want a quacoti. Oh, United on the crab on center circle. From Division 1 ball Ghana Premier League ball on bono. FA Papa Nyasam Ketua. You have some betting me. I say great candidate across the folk and I say Kevin or Cecily or Pim Bonafio. Bonaka Kodi. Karim Abdul Karim. Referee Bona foul young fan to a name Muntia. Your body Tiaho United Sunset. And quite fast, no could track, as for play little from the center referee. Daniel H. said that we are going near to Atosa, and they are free play and so on. Heart of Folk, Wamu Bia, Mohammed Hussein, and a caneto from Takanan, what did there be? Daniel I. Upon whom they said, went to the fire look at Nancy head tackle on Daniel Lunina. And what they call so. They realized that a player bit to say Martin Kakari on any other given day on the right side of attack at the Heart of Folk or mano a space in and around the 80 box or a punish show or a very trickish or with speed and or that energy. So on those spaces because of that driver or on the left foot, you know, obey to me how at any point in time. So clearly Hoho United in him the danger men in the Heart of Folk team and they are trying as much as possible say to do those penetrative runs and they give those incisive passes. And I think that the House of Folk also a presser, they create those chances. Eventually, those free kicks around the 80-yard box, and that might even result in goals for Heart of Folk. United at the ball, Coneso. Heart of Folk at the ball, Piasso the ball, Alpha, the Fasophobia, or 80-yard box in him, we're betting across the ball and so. Womatini, a born a few. Richard Obeying, one of you born a few Oma, Hoho United, Heart of Folk, Omuya Bia so betting, and ya the early go, and so Hoho United, so there be a Heart of Folk is a great Dikaya, and Hannah goes not draws into no. You're a boy homo day, so Bobby a better honor. Your boy homo day said, it to me, a few Heart of Folk, man, and make us say, so far so good of Eddie Cano, one more Bob Homo day, Hoho United. Every division one on first game one more against a class of folk and so like I said one more so a bomb home this and say oh boy against a class of folk I am not adding but almost what I say division one on free I'm over premium and now the mobile massacre what more became to be on the to folk one me first bet me I think criminal so bet me and best 1.2 I can say them no and how United and Manchester air born a corner kicker yeah Paul Edetia Paul United pick up on the so goalkeeper Kwaku Musa was someone who bought bonnet and the born at him so Obia Wanka I'm a born natural line throwing a year to United. Musa a new goalkeeper almost signing from Nania FC and already quality
say we a goalkeeper now over a team to say Hoho United we gaining promotion in the Ghana Premier League. Now the first choice goalkeeper or do more qualify here Daniel Mensa at the bench. It tells you the kind of quality or as a goalkeeper. So Enyami Wawa say Hoho United omo maiden Premier League game against one of the most successful football clubs on the African continent, Hearts of Oak. Now when I would that push when your first time I will in the Premier League. I think say he deserves that, and he's giving them that calmness in post at this moment.
Hearts of Oak you want to try throwing a year to Adetio Kevin or Sessibe already when you said you want to papa. One and a year, Jumana Bra Solomon and Tomaco, in your born or Brinkuna Kevin or Sessibe, upon whom I did a Jibon finish, and throwing a year to Adetio Cross of Folk. Sima Edumiansa, 13 minutes, and your boy will give no fair decline. Hearts of Oak and Shaby, Hoho United, and so intimate and Shaby. Came no more Ayadane, Hearts of Oak, upon whom I did, Hoho United, almost a poor moment, they said, one more unconsidered go be against a cross of Folk. Nanso Sima at Jocono, and even who do bet me, Eddie and Kudim. I can't see them. Kelvin, or say SCB, one no a crab on the back cross of Folk, Piasso, and their commanding goalkeeper, Benjamin Asari. Benjamin Asari, Black Stars, #1 goalkeeper. Hearts of Oak mentioned any brave papa said, Bolom Meka said, or Freddy Kaisima, a Dunai, Echo Sima Dunum Tamweni, Hearts of Oak Timno, Ubehu Sampa, coach Masu Didi Dramani. Ninsa ewo team no so e san say adwuma wa ye no bona try line ama referee Daniel I say throw with the ento Fantia Accra Hearts of Oak.
I think the interpositional play from Hoho United one of the major attributes Hearts of Oak enya total dominance will game no more. So we share on front line of Abbas Ganyiyu, Kwame Paul and then Kojo Boama. They are making sure together with Daniel Osafo they are making sure say betime interchange in terms of positioning. In terms of Hearts of Oak back line which player to mark at which point in time. We're the back line of Yawaman Kabrefi, then Ranford Mensah at the left back. Then we'll get Kelvin Osiasibi, any Ali Mohammed, and the central defenser. Abbas Ganyiyu to me ball on the right. Then you see Daniel Safu on the left. The next time Lube Huno, now Abbas Ganyiyu enable through the middle. And now I am very difficult to mark these players. And I think that even though I am difficult, how defense and I am resolute, they are not committing so much mistakes. They are not allowing Hoho United to create chances. They are almost 16 minutes in the game. Hoho United ain't creating any serious goal scoring opportunity there. Same as Hearts of Oak. Game now a 50-50. But just as I'm saying, it is their first time in the Premier League. They have a lot of motivation playing against Hearts of Oak. Here's how they'll be able to manage the kind of possession at this moment or more in the game.
Hoho United center referee. Was it that be Bono and Yadio Benjifi and Yama Medica Casa Kevin or Sessibe, Uber plays on Modern Bokon Kama Cross of Foka, Untimo plays Baby Ludia, Uber Kevin or Sessibe, Ephraim, Sunset, the modern boy, Adia Swani, Papa, Fise, or Bahat of Football Kuruno, or you play and the modern Bono, Ayadia, Ako, and Kanye Papa. Somebody can the two guys say, okay, Hearts of Oak from 2017-2018 season now. ABC 2022-2023-2024 season Hearts of Oak na first game na the one papa it say betimi ati nkunim e wa kan senum ball na kwakodi Transport Mensah we born na chimne so mapem ball na free ho ama na try line e throw in ayeto e de tia Hoho United e throw in a Hearts of Oak to e de tia Hoho United. Ghana Premier League 2025-2026 season match day 1 across of Folk and Hoho United and the seen Transport Mensah. Wakofa born throw in, what born the born right box in him, then so up in born free. What was short and so that be born into Mianco, Bonda Sucraphobia Manchano, a Piasso de Bonafabicum, Transport Mensah, a Piasso de Abdul Karim the Crabono, Abdul Karim. When the crab on the Maphobia, Sada Bonacquetti. So for command to be some work come who ye pa. Send on board top 4 the Sapa Pepe and an Mujamu Airport against Hoho United. Now so going to be for born to at many idea about quite showed me say one more betting here. Phobia. One more in the crab on center circle, the one I call chair. Hoho United, I'm going to the border center circle, Piasso the Bonafabicum. betimi atwe was SB na so da asade bona sanachi Mohamed Akasim one ne kwa ball no Benkuma Faso Ko United asade bona kwa chaka ko di center circle ball de meka say Sima edungo twa mabo dika ofa edikan no one more de mo yade akonkan ye papa John Alaso de one na ball ma goalkeeper Benjamin Asare so bon ma to de bona kwa koma o CSB Kevin o CSB na fe Frank Abora Duku 4-5 no mo na ye adwuma na de ama cross folk nti he se ne Masudi di drama ne do wa kire o mo se o mo nye agopama no se no a na man kire hwedim so betimi aye e de ama cross folk na so yi ball ntimi anko ball na kwa kodi ko United the Piazza de Bona for the finance bona try throw in a hat to folk to Adiatia Ho United captain Edema Ho United Sofian Osman Ho United Mohamed Hussein winning ball last season players and bomb Mohamed and my cross of Foka Mohamed Hussein I play the modern Bokon can ye pa the center referee Daniel I is a bona foul young fan to a Muntia Ho United you go so I come so the call you could see my bed John Tamo Fedi kind referee Aje forward at Richard Obin. I will see a kind Edema Ho United. Hussein Mohammed. Atubana Koma goalkeeper. Kweku Musa. Ababana Mana try throw in a hat of folk. To Adetia Ho United. Sima John Tamo 20 minutes. Go be and my heart of folk KCB. Ho United NCB.
Well, I think it's been quite an exciting exchanges over the first 20 minutes anymore. So far, Heart of Folk and Shada and Kriti chance. Yeah, even though I'm on the home side. Sasso and Ho United, even though it's their debut, I'm Shada and Kriti a lot of chances. But as I'd when the game no air Cosono, a bit expanded because then probably in the first 20 minutes, Ubia with that energy to track back. To attack and defend, but game no air code and now we lose steam, now we lose a lot of energy, and I think that and then remember you the strength of both teams. But so far, I think Ho United hold the Heart of Folk very very well for a team with no experience with the Premier League anymore. Now over with a team what Premier League more almost like 20 times. It tells you the kind of quality over as Ho United and Yembo Abdul Bashir Abaso earlier. Namika said he knows the team on him Heart of Folk team no why ye Jumaya or Legon Cities or no mabo pay into on him the kind of quality and what Heart of Folk team and Wamapo have a better strategy obetimi as to but as to whether say the strategy obetimi ye Juma not till 90 minutes that is when Yebetimi did that much of a conversation.
I free kick Heart of Folk ball pegabo na chem so I corner kick Jebo Adietia Ho United Sima Jono Bako enter Mwani Ghana Premier League match day 1. They were Cross Sports Stadium Heart of Folk Ho United. Be Kevin or Sessibe and Yan Briso Betimi Abuama Heart of Folk Etimi and Yaguedica Konakika Heart of Folk Campo Etia Ho United. Konaka Cross of Folk Campo Etia Ho United. I pick up on that children so many born a free war. Born and say Ransford Mensa crab or betting our crossing ball or shot now so there be or mapping bonus field Bonacco United or center circle. A pop on that betting Ho United against Frank Abura. What was shot now so there be a goal kick.
That is one qualities about the whole United team. More wingers, players are more a lot of speed. And like I told you, more front three now, or more air ball in Abbas Ganyeyu. Then Ubenya Kwame Paul playing right behind them. Then of course, Abranton Ediade, Kojobuama, and Afi Daniel Osafo. These are very athletic players. On any other given day, so more those spaces, me I exploit it. And a typical example, just now, how to folk echo for the corner kick, and then out of nothing, Omulusu ball, then 1-2 passes. Now United air attack or more. One thing I have to folk iron so very well. I will give you more. They don't even when they commit a lot of players forward, they still have a lot of players behind that to cover those spaces. And that is a mark of a very good coach. You leave your best players defending, not always all the time. And our top players attack it. And Ali Mohammed doesn't always go to attack those set pieces. He is there to map up those little opportunities are able to folly against out of folk, and perfectly that was what he did. And Yembo Nabaso, at least he's growing in confidence since I joined Hearts of Folk from Division 1.
Sima Adjonomi, Sima Ecosima Adjonomi and Santa Mwani, Ghana Premier League match day 1, where 2025-2026 season Ecoso, Hearts of Folk, United, and a day Abweni, Sima. Bayer Adjonomi and Santa Mwani, Yakomuno, Hearts of Folk, United, and so Asia, Sana Medikai, and the two just across the folk in the match. Obaboy DK, the Ananoma Shada, and Koye, and from 2017, 2017-2018 season, ABC season 2017-2018, or entire life, so be to me, Alpha Ball Antonio Quatem, Has and Shebi, Tyler Shebi, no, 2017-2018 season. Sanso and Adriana Stars FC. Adriana Stars. Saturday Adriana Stars. And I'm saying Adriana FC. Women had to focus about 2020-2021 season. Emma Adriana FC. I saw my camera. I had to focus. And to me, Auntie. Had to focus 2021-2022 season. No. Osia Legon Cities. And also Bia and to me and Shebi. Adriana Stars. And a class of focus. No, 2022-2023 season. And also Adriana Stars Shebakwa, Hearts of Folk, Antimi Anti. 2023-2024 season, then also a match day 1. Real Tamale United, and your Hearts of Folk and a boy, RTU, Eshe, Hearts of Folk, Kabakwa, went to me Ante, and after 2024-2025 season, and so Hearts of Folk, Tefi, Emma Basaka, Holy Stars, Ebeshedo, a Kabakwa, went to me Ante. The 2017, ABC 2024. Hearts of Folk, game be on Bobiana a day the moment. So betting Edin Kunim. It's against what United, the training say, Hearts of Folk betting me. I saw one day so betting me as a go. And I'll bet me at Jim Kunim, I was I can see him. We have all United Manchester Bona, Utim no de Papa Panya Sam Kitwa, Nesophobia, Wama Jama referee, Sebono, a foul, young factor, not Yemuntia. United. By
far, Daniel Osafo has been quite a tormentor against Hearts of Folk. All year in the game, clearly he came in with that mindset that my member Tommy Ho will game no more. He's not giving any spaces. The least chance Obenya who say a lot of quality to attack, and I'm only hoping say Obenya a very good day. Probably he might even score a goal, considering the fact that he's been quite articulate. Their wings for Edamaho United.
Daniel Osafo, one crab on 25 for so betting across the bonnet him. United, Wapejabon and Temples, Wapemans goalkeeper Benjamin Bono.
That was a point blank save. A point blank save. And that is the reason why number 1 for the Black Stars. Because these are goals are on any other given day, Eshe goalkeepers. Unya the chance to cross the ball into the 80-yard box. And I've told you about interpositional play of the Hoho United were more forwards, and clearly Ganyu Abbas, I've told you, he's a player who have bought some of the big teams in the Ghana Premier League, from 11 Wonders to Samatex, about 11 Wonders, and to Hoho United. So on your novice, it will give no more. And that opportunity, he could have just made it 1-0 for Hoho United. It would have been a different ball game this particular half.
United has players for money Abripa. It's answer, money Abripa. esan say ohwe ball e ko goalkeeper Benjamin Asare so a na omon nye so goalkeeper ball homode a e ka ball betimi ato atenem nanso Benjamin Asare ball homode etimi eyi ball no de corner kicker ama hatofo kani abrese ya nya hwe yi a Ho United betimi ame ade efe aye time ti ball na free kicker ye ball e de tia Ho United free kicker cross of full ball e de tia Ho United when we say Martin Kakari ball no as usual I say KB ball left but now ball right it was ball na cutting and only adwuma Martin Kakari on the jab on echi apija ball enter pass the ball na chem na so be ya pin ball no e de free ho game no anasa kan say my dey pa nya sam ketua ball na e pinche Ho United je otimi ball san so na cross of full kachia na almost air ball a goal kick air ball Eretia across the folk Ho United anya goal kick. Goalkeeper Kwame Musa. Kwaku Musa goalkeeper. One of the post mo. Goalkeeper Kwaku Musa. One of the post mo Ho United. Meka say and then me bobia ehu bia hye dan ko so. Na so Benjamin Asare dia wotimi one saver. Na ehu de ba cross the folk. Kwaku apaya ball na chemo center circle. Na so cross the folk komaje. Natural and referee Daniel Lai was born a throw in the entry French Accra House of Folk. Was born a throw in the entry Accra House of Folk. Atubon and Tababona Kakodi. Jonasaf Abacha Jini Daniel Osafo am a referee born a foul young Fantoni Muntia. Ho United Daniel Osafo was at number 17 Jesse and then you may number 19 Jesse Edema Ho United. Was number 19 Jesse Edema Ho United. Meka say wa ma heart of defense no mo hu chiro mo pa. Elias of Ali Mohammed and afi Frank Abora Atuku. Onyabo no say forward and hu de ne hu.
Interestingly, Daniel Osafo emboy the Premier League. The team of free or joining Ho United was Susubibi FC, and clearly Mama, who said the gap between the Premier League and the Division 1 no enshada and wasa because so ball against Ranford Mensah who played for Art for classes in the Premier League with in terms of Premier League experience or watching now we a field day who enjoy who in such a game. It tells you that you have a lot of quality even when you play in the Division 1. And I know now witnessing in this game. So who hear TV or now we hear game now you don't even think that Ho United only gained promotion to the Premier League this season. They really made a good account on themselves, and I think we are enjoying a very good game so far.
Referee foul Fantoni Muntia Ho United. Zawaman Kwampe if you make us say the Monday idea and that's when he has answered no cost bontain. Woman in our airport Homodema cross of folk. Woman in a year you bet me Ediama cross of folk, Masu Didu Dramani. Nitima or not Casasha working said this season. You can't team some betting Magicana Premier League across the folk. Eka Hobi. Jetra game the Subone crack. Across of what Pierce the Bonacqua command. Kevin Osesibe, what the Bonacqua center circle. Kevin Osesibe was at the Bonacqua. Across of Pijama and 10 positive Bonacqua, Martin Kakari, and so on Pibona free. Martin, what you born when you found it? Nambi Kuna Kwasibona team, a chance for cross of folk. What about short and answer that be on my Bonafrio?
That was a very brilliant attack. But once again, kudos to the defensive setup of Ho United. Oman Paneke, they made sure say at least Ombehodi almost fourth. They had a lot of numbers in the 8-yard box, 3 against 3 in that particular position, and Omu make sure say Ombe prevented that ball because the cutback Ekoya, it would have been an easy tap-in for Frank Abraduku. Good work by the defensive setup of Ho United.
Sima Etiasa Bakunta Mone 31 minutes. And I have a heart of Ho United. Afenumi Bob Homodin, Bolom Bonefe, Papa, which is Sampa, Ghana Premier League, idea I heard me in here. A bit to me, Aquanim, Apega Bonachim Konaki Kinanso, one Pegabon or my club on a free home, Bonacodi, Ho United, Bono ball in here. Put him some Pomania Brepa. Bonacodi, Ganiwa Bass Bola, Womo Bonefe, a Piabon and 10 persons, be past 90 and come across a folk. One more Aji Bonnet from his Messon, say referee. Daniel Abbas. When he bought the Bopa, why no 10% ball out on F. So how United player by quarter from the central referee Daniel modern body idea can Canada from Wadano Kama Wakotri European so the Koyena referee said there be player by quarter from T Yankonian Kosha Nafi Yentiminya Konya and track session Maka say Omutimna Omujamana so had Daniel Osafo 19 just and I said anytime Bia Benya ball the modern Mokonka so and a William Odro and then how to focus if you make sure say Omo ebe capture house of fucking fifi ono no matter nya kwan say ball no dia call mani and only idea ba kwa ma ya ebo ma as of now mun consider.
I think sir Didi Dramani ebe change in the first half because the double pivot no more kwan more nya proper transition because David Oponafrane and Abdul Karim as your double pivoter. It means that in terms of creation from the middle of the park, you have to rely on Mohamed Hussein. That creative work now. Yes, are very intelligent, but so we're United. They are using a lot of energy in midfield, of which Mohamed Hussein need that energy, And he always all the time. Ojibo no on fifinwa no more ababe dispossess on the ball. So hard Ojibo that they need to either send it to Esubontin on the left or Martin Kakari on the right. That is where Hearts is sending those crosses into the box. The passes in the midfield and square passes and yet defense splitting passes. And when you are playing against teams of this nature, so why you're very careful, be affected. Brilliant drive from Mohamed Hussein. And just as I said, or that skill or that intelligence, or need that energy. And if House of Folk really episode winning game through the middle, I think that Afrani any Abdul Karim one need to make way for an additional playmaker, maybe George Parku in the midfield to come and add up a lot of quality and will have to focus more attack.
Referee free kick across of Folk. Daniel Ai was a tackler. Solomon Adomako Ediko Mohamed Hussein sono ojitum sanyane kwa so te yellow card edika wa kan say nim akọ Ediama Hoho United defender Solomon Adomako baby abonda na ehu Ediama Hoho United baby abonda na ehu Ediama Hoho United.
I think he sacrificed for the team because Mohamed Hussein enya every the 8-yard box would have been the ball would have been anywhere because I already drive and Solomon Adomako, even though there were other defenders, but he was closer to the ball than any of the defenders are no more. So Hussein ABT the one for Nanto for more I would have been a 1v1 against the goalkeeper and the result would have been as good as you might guess. And I think it was a perfect foul, a professional foul, a yellow card, a sacrifice for Hoho United. Free kick, it can go anywhere. It can enter the net or it can go wide. And so, here's what Hearts of Folk can do.
A free kick, Hearts of Folk, and now Martin Kakari, about short, next one, I copy him. The referee, Daniel Ayos, about a foul, young Fantoni, and Montia Hearts of Folk, Martin Kakari. Baby, you're January, you're Bob on the air, and you're the same crack, and you're the bit to me.
He's one of the players Hearts of Folk ever rely on this season because of their technical ability. So very good with set pieces, but I think that execution at this point was really poor. Then again, over the drive on the wings, on take you on defenders, or very good. But I think that last season injuries hamper a year in progress. This season during the Gal Cutoff and the two caps in the house boy in President Cup and the World Cup he should say at least he has matured, he's come of age. Obetimi Ababaye, the face of the House of Folk team. This evening he ensured that in much of him because he's a player ideally or a typical number 10, those kind of players, and a year Bono out of position on the left wing because of speed and are very trickish and a restricted in doing so many things. But say both through the middle or to me drive you could and onya space because all power in his left foot ultimate strike it. But in this game, for me, he's been one of the weakest link in the Hearts of Folk setup. Yesterday, who much of Martin Kakari, but the quality as a player, I don't think he beat him overriding in this particular Hearts of Folk setup.
Border Trolla throwing a Hearts of Folk to Ediatia, Hoho United, what tomorrow map in Border Fasa, I could Atrala throwing a Hearts of Folk. As after the Hoho United, make us say Mohamed Hussein and Abdul Karim. So munya bola ane hupa papa omo that pace na play bia ehia so onya ball obetimi ball na kona ni ma na odi betumrika e de ball na kɔto atene mo no onya ball a oti ade enso kwa fa so komrika no aya na ehu e de ma ho United e throw in a ho United e to e de tia phobia ball no kwa kodi ho United apega ball ntem pass so da team na so da bi pass o man ntimi anko akra so folk womo e de kra ball no pia so de ball na fadifa akodi Martin kakari obetimi atwe nani fa na pia ball so na so ntimi anko ma kwa kumusa goalkeeper Edema Ho United.
I think Martin Kakari was under no pressure to give those quick pass. Hold on, wait for opponent. This is how intelligent players may play, because at that moment, he 1v4 player or own team over riding all of them. So you hold on, soak the pressure, and then invite some of your teammates into the attack. But the decision to go for that quick pass, but so far I'm so much impressed with how Ho United had performed against Hearts of Folk.
United against Hearts of Folk. Has a percent of Ho United said there be says saying and I came to Bessiaco, Simadia song 38 minutes and Yabo because I cancel a temporary hold as I said. How United player bako Edda Agopramano Sunti, you heard the bear betini and Yakonya Atuaso. We share a bako semua How United. A tima, almost water region, and I say Tima or Tosu Edu, almost water region, airport our Ghana Premier League in him. How United. A team of Tosu do almost water region, airport the Ghana Premier League in Ibi. Tima Edikain na a ho water heroes. Ho Water Heroes 1962-1963 na omusi akan our Ghana Premier League nim sanso and Ho Mighty Eagles almost so by 1967 almost so ebesi akan our the Ghana Premier the toso miensa aye team toso miensa na omufi Water region ebesi akan our the Ghana Premier League nim aye Ho Sunset 1967 na almost so eka Ho Mighty Eagles ho a na Ghana Premier League no wamu jamu Asia kan the toso nine Volta United in 1973 wamu so efe Volta region no mu jamu Asia kan Ghana Premier League nim wamu no mo toso na enum Volta Juantes wamu so 1978 na wamu so eka ho sanso na Arnold Warriors anu fi apeguso Wamufi Apeguso, Omonso Ebesi Akan in 1985 for Ghana Premier League in him. Hovoradep, Nomotoso and Son, Timatoso, 1989-1990. Wambesi Akan or Ghana Premier League in a fee. Bango Heart of Lions, Wamudi, Omoda Susi Akan, Wamotoso and Wapi in 2003. And on back Ghana Premier League in a fee, Yotoso and Kron, a West African Football Academy, Wafa. Wamoso 2014-2015 season, no. One be see a kind of Ghana Premier League na fe Ho United one more tosso edu 2025-2026 season almost so ejam we see a kind our the Ghana Premier League Ho United team sir and a team tosso edu of Water regional and then Oja Ghana Premier League nim see a kind border kwakodi akra so folk eche ho has omani ambre papa wo mo ye bia so betimi anya goal na so goal na entimi ma so and Ho United no so entimi enche bi simadi na ba ko 41 minutes near ball game nim referee Daniel Aye say e foul yem fanto na ye monti Ho United the sun say e kwa foul so na okopia na se fata kra number 18 jersey Edema Ho United John Aloso de e kwa foul so kopia no na ense fata ama referee Daniel Aye say e foul yem fanto na monti Ho United e bre ne kwa na e kona so go no de obi antemi fa ball enter the young quarter Oria TV and when you go so our commentary that's here Edema Ghana Premier League 2025-2026 season and yeah the live commentary no bro Hearts of Folk and Ho United and dear boy Hearts of Folk bet me break his record I na day match day 1 piano from 2017 Airban on betting me at Jinkuri, betting me a break in there, Bo, Piasso the Monaco, Ho United, or betting me rate 18-yard box in the man, I don't cry. No, so there be went to me and say, I'm a crash of Comanche Bono, one Casama from a Piasso Bonnet Timianco, a Quaco Mohammed Akasim, How United players almost said anything. That's about solo.
Yes, for a team, Obebo Access Bank Division 1 League, Obenya 70 points. The last 7 games prior to their qualification, Omen lose any of those games. Actually, the kind of quality Omo possess. And so we're at the zones now. Zone 3, one of the most difficult zones are Obenya in the Access Bank Division 1 League. So for them to qualify to the Premier League, Bismarck, I think they really work throughout the game. Omuna Enya make us say a dominant force in terms of creating even hitting shot on target. So far, the best opportunity in the game are for Little or United with Twitter. BENJAMIN Asari showed that class in saving that chance. So far, it's been a very interesting game, but surprising that United it's me a holy heart of folk. But Hearts of Folk one team under Didi Dramani. They've scored in all the games or Mabo under Didi Dramani. Scoring 9 goals and conceding 4. And the last 4 games of Mabo, Ome keeping 3 clean sheets. Now, say defensively, Hearts of Folk also very solid. Second half, period, Hearts of Folk goals. So maybe in the second half they can come in and get a goal. But I think that United are giving them really a tough time.
Sibadia Mensa enter on the 43 minutes and about quirkiest. Hearts of Folk NCB, United NCB gather Premier League match day 1 2025-2026 season and I Gusua did live commentary Mamo Ewo Unia TV. So give me more day. Hearts of Folk Manchester BS Ombetimia Gone so make us say United and Bayra Brewadro or modern bono dear quite new papa. Enche alfa edikano ebetimi aba na wie besan se Sibadia 99 Hearts of Folk anya fikika wo mo ebo edetia hoho United Hearts of Folk anya fikika mo bo edia hoho atia hoho United we pia so bo na kwakodi across of na so omanya corner kick Sibadia 99 44 minutes in the abo Daniel Aiden in Sachem say a corner kick yambo Infantia a hoho United what's about a corner kick yambo Infantia hoho United Martin Kakariako Jabon Chibia Makra Hearts of Folk Martin Kakarine on Shadanyani Day and you must say Uncle Yen Farmer Nesso Bibia Betty as way of faith Dikaipe and a Gusu Ayabo Fetosu Rubanti and said Bia Ebeti say what Kaisin Hearts of Folk and I say and I say Ho United and I say Boda Kakodi Accra Hearts of Folk Apaya Chimna so Ho United Quattro Mapping Bona Fiwo Bona Fabin Kuma Faso Bona Ho United almost saying for that Ayana Ehupa and the Macra Hearts of Folk Solomon Atomako one can say Fletcher Badanim Solomon Atomako the Bona Quetti United, Bolombonefe, Neso Pass on one Timianco, Bonaka Cody, Rans.
The world sneaks up on you when you travel, with everything that's new to you.
It was second look at us to Abdullah Ghazali. When United defender never clear ball, no, I think that the trailing leg, and a Hearts of Folk player, and then the coaches on the dugout, complaining how the player could clatter into Hearts of Folk player, Musa. But then again, I think that it was a neat tackle. Maybe, like I said, the trailing leg, and a car Mohammed Hussein. And so for Daniel Alayi, he feels that you don't need to react the way our coach, reacting, But so far, for me, I am excited that we are enjoying a top Premier League. Aside the coverage, we have enjoyed a very good game in the first 45 minutes.
Daniel I say yemfa simamienu ento so simamienu no makease mu ba akokọ enche bia refi be share na ben area kan se no fe kan no abana wieye ball Hearts of Folk abono eye ni so sanso na ball Ho United womo so abono eye ani so pa enya sam kuto Mohammed Hussein wasora jane na so obetimi abo esan se ball a wo bono eyade a ekoye pa ete ama cross of the modern ball ama Hearts of Folk eseje forward a eya na ehu edema Ho United enche bia refi be share na ben ede akesero fe dikan no aba na wieye Hearts of Folk kwabo no Ho United etian box na chi we ball quite the one come Martin Kakari apega ball na team next once again Richard Obey where he born if you born and say yeah the crack of folk Martin maybe I cannot from represent was it be a foul Daniel I watch if I wear my crass of folk Martin Kakari ono nifa fa so nya ball na say o katina na ehupa.
That is what you call it from Martin Kakari. That speed, that skill, so may take you on a defender, but drive into the 80-yard box. That is why he is in the team. And the moment those little spaces, he made use of those spaces. And when on a full flesher, so one foul, very difficult to take the ball from him. And I think we winning a free kick right on the line for Hartlepool. And this could be the last opportunity for Hartlepool to hit a shot on target.
A free kick heart of folk board yet United maybe a bonnet dano at a year demophobia so move to be bonia ebetimi atwatenem so man money so the say referee Daniel I be share na ben at the against of Ticano and so abana a free kick heart of folk ball man say John Oloso de from human was also Daniel Safo one name ranch from human one European bonus so the bona quite heart of folk bona say one more body you are more near Mabona Kakodi Ho United. Counter attack. One more at the Crabono. Ho United. Goalkeeper across the folk. Daniel Ayasha and Abedi against the Fedi kind. Nina Abadari Hearts of Folk and Timmy and Shebi. Ho United and so Timmy and Shebi.
A keenly contested first half. Both teams issue a lot of quality as to in terms of possession. One more translated to the attacking phase. Both teams issue say more very good players. But in this game, Ho United Enya or first Premier League taste experience, but then they've shown say they have enough quality to compete at the highest level, even when they are playing against Accra Hearts of Folk. And Enyami Wawa say they've been the better side in the first half. They've created good scoring opportunities. Benjamin Asari had to come to the party for Hearts of Folk. And yes, I can be having a different conversation, even though game a lot of chances there. But I think that we've enjoyed a very good football in the first 45 minutes. The second half would prove whether say the two coaches were enough players on the bench, enough tactics on the bench on Betimi, Asisa, and Yama. But in all, it's been a very solid first half.
Kobe,
that's an impressive first 45 minutes from the two teams. Hearts of Oak 0, Hohoi United 0. So the first half of the game, it's me Abaneria. Interestingly, Obia Antwi Antwatna. Yes. So first half, that is how our game is echo Hearts of Folk started on a strong note, but solid defense. Folk started on a strong note, but
right, Messer was was subscriber at the Amaya. Obey me a subscribe button, no leave you comment. Our comment section when I can at the amount. So far good, so good. Ghana, we are starting our National Premier League. This is the day one match at me course so measure so was now when me subscribe button no now would the amame. Ene mo amope se mutu kwan nyina kwanya kese aba ede aba beda ho ede ama mo amope se mutu kwan ekọ Dubai ekobobra kakra eja se uni moto chi na se o ye mason ni na obetimi ay cleaning worker number no na that screen so obetimi afresh si a na woni omo abo enkomo omo ye obi bia hwia ansa na omo agi omo sika we chere se ejaniu and authentic antibomodin se wo pese na yutu kwan kwa dia na wa frɛ number na the screen so sisi a 027 3471984 na wonso ni omo abo enkomo no ma je ofeso na bibia so etumi aye kama edi amaye so far so good yakọ first half no akugu na ye he enimu second half so ebetimi akoso na bibia so etumi aye kama enti ade ehia se obe subscribe na wa share video no edi ama onua na bibia so etumi aye kama
in a Hearts of Folk to Adiatia United captain Edema United Sofian Osman Sofian on a captain and then you may Hohoi United. To one what referee Daniel I say what I foul young fan 20 Muntia. Hohoi United. Mohammed Hussein. When in Bob last is local place and Bob Momadine. And my cross of Foka. Mohammed Hussein. The central referee Daniel I say what I foul young fan 20 Muntia. Hohoi United. You so I come so the call you question my bed John Tamo Fedi kind. Referee actually forward that here Richard Obin. I will say I can't Elma Hohoi United. Hussein Mohammed. Atubana come goalkeeper. Kwaku Musa, Papa Namana trying to throw in a hat of folk. To Adetia Hohoi United. Siba John Tamo in 20 minutes. Go be and my heart of OKCB. Power United NC.
Well, I think they've been quite an exciting exchanges over the first 20 minutes in the move. So far, in pretty chances. Yeah, even though I'm on the home side, Sasso and Power United, even though it's their debut, I mentioned that in pretty a lot of chances. But as and when the game no air personal, a bit expanded because then probably in the first 20 minutes, Ubia with that energy to track back, to attack and defend. But game no air code and now we lose steam, now we lose a lot of energy, and I think that and then remember you the strength of both teams. But so far, I think Hohoi United hold the heart of folk very, very well for a team with no experience with the Premier League anymore. Now over with a team what Premier League more as Hohoi United, and Nameka say he knows the team. With him how to folk team no why ye Jumaya or Legon cities or no mabo pay into the kind of quality and what how to folk team and Wamapo have a better strategy obetini as to but after whether say the strategy limit my ye Juma not till 90 minutes, that is when you need to make that much of a conversation.
I have thinking how to folk about Pegamo National so I connected Jebo Adia United. Siba Jorubako enter Mweni, Ghana Premier League match day 1. They were across Sports Stadium, Hearts of Folk, and say Hohoi United. They say be careful, no sensitive, and young British over to me about my Hearts of Folk. At me and young Grey, because Konakika, Hearts of Folk and Pro at Hohoi United. And Konaka across of Folk and Hohoi United. Pick up on that children, so many born a free war. Born and say, Ransford men say, crab on between our crossing born about short, now so there be a mapping born as a few, Bonacqua United or Center Circle. A pop on that children between Hohoi United against Frank Abura, what about short, now so there be a goal kick.
That is one quality about the whole United team. We're more wingers, air players are more a lot of speed. And like I told you, or more front three now, or more air ball in Abbas Ganyeyu. Then Ubenya Kwame Paul playing right behind them. Then of course, Abranton Ediade, Kojobuama, and Afi Daniel Osafo. These are very athletic players. On any other given day, so more those spaces, make me exploit it. And a typical example, and who here just now. How to focus echo for the corner kick and then out of nothing Omulusu ball no then 1-2 passes now Hohoi United air attack more. One thing I have to folk iron so very well I will give you more they don't even when they commit a lot of players forward they still have a lot of players behind that to cover those spaces and that is a mark of a very good coach. You leave your best players defending, not always all the time, and our top players attack it. And Ali Mohammed doesn't always go to attack those set pieces. He is there to map up those little opportunities are able to folly against out of folk, and perfectly that was what he did. And Yembo Nabaso, at least he's growing in confidence since our joining.
So Sima Adjonomi, Sima Eco Sima Adjonomi and Santa Mwani, Ghana Premier League match day 1, where 2025-2026 season Air Coso, Hearts of Folk, Hohoi United, and a day Abweni Sima. Bayer Adjonomi and Santa Mwani, Ayakomuno, Hearts of Folk, Hohoi United, and so A shape. So I'm kind at the 2 just across the folk in the match. Obebo ID can be an annual man shada and Koye and from 2017 and 2017-2018 season no ABC season 2017-2018 or entire life so be to me and ball Antonio Quatem has a shebi entire life and shebi no 2017-2018 season Sanso and Adriana Stars FC Adriana Stars Saturday no me Adriana Stars and I'm say Adriana FC woman had to focus about 2020-2021 season Emma Adriana FC so my come you know had to focus and to me auntie had to focus 2021-2022 season no Osia Legon Cities and also Bia and to me and Shebi Adriana Stars and a class of focus no 2022-2023 season and also Adriana Stars Shebakwa how to folk and Timmy Ante 2023-2024 season then also a match day 1 Real Tamale United and a crowd of folk and a boy RTU Eshe how to folk Kabakwa went Timmy Ante and after 2024-2025 season and so how to folk Tefi Emma Basaka Holy Stars Ebeshedo a Kabakwa went Timmy Ante 2017 ABC 2024 to folk game be obobiana e de momo so betimi edin kunim it against what United dey try animu say how to folk betimi ayesa wonwade so betimi ahye go ana betimi edin kunim e wasa kan senim we bola ho United man chane bona utim sa no de papa nya sam ketwa na so phobia wo ma jama referee se ball no e foul ye fa to na ye montia for United
by far Daniel Osafo has been quite a tormentor against Hearts of Oak all year in the game. Clearly he came in with that mindset that my member Tommy Ho ever game no more. He's not giving any spaces. The least chance Obenyano who say a lot of quality to attack, and I'm only hoping say Obenya a very good day. Probably he might even score a goal, considering the fact that he's been quite articulate ewo the wings for the Amaho United.
Daniel Osafo when the crowd on the far so betting across the one at him. United,
that was a point blank save, and that is the reason why number 1 for the Black Stars, because these are goals are on any other given day Eshe goalkeepers Unya the chance to cross the ball into the 80-yard box. And I've told you about interpositional play of the Hoho United were more forwards, and clearly Ganyu Abbas, I've told you he's a player who bought some of the big teams in the Ghana Premier League, from 11 Wonders to Samatex, back to 11 Wonders and to Hoho United. So on your novice it will give no more, and that opportunity he could have just made it 1-0 for Hoho United. It would have been a different ball game this particular half.
United has players for money.
Did you know your profitability as a surveyor is directly tied to the instruments you choose? Too many surveyors are
sorry board homo day etimi eyibo no de corner kicker ama hat of can ya say ya nya hwe a Hoho United betimi ame ade efe aye time ti bo na free kicker ye bo ade tia Hoho United free kicker cross of okay bo ade tia Hoho United man we say Martin Kakari elbow no as usual na say ke bi obebo left but na obo right it oje bo na no cutting eno ni adwuma Martin Kakari on the jump on a chi, a pick up on a 10 pass on the one at him, next to be a pinball at the free hole. Came on, and as I can say, my day, Panya Sam Ketua, born I pinch Hoho United, Joe Timmy Ball, Samson across of Fokachia, now almost air ball, a goal kick, a air ball, across of Hoho United, and young goal kick. Goalkeeper Kwame Musa, Kwaku Musa, goalkeeper, one of the post. Goalkeeper Kwaku Musa, one of the post Hoho United. Meka say and then me bobia ehu bia nhyɛ corner so. Na so Benjamin asare dia watimi ai one saver. Na ehu de ba cross of folk. Kwaku apega ball na chemo center circle. Na so cross of folk komaje. Pona trala referee. Daniel Lai was born throw in the entry French Accra House of Folk. Was born throw in the entry Accra House of Folk. Abacha Daniel Osafo ama referee se bona foul yemfa to ne muntia Hohoi United, Daniel Osafo, was number 17 jersey and then May, number 19 jersey, Edema Hohoi United. Was number 19 jersey, Edema Hohoi United. Meka say, Wama Heart of Folk defense, Omo Chiromopa, Elias of Ali Mohammed, and I feel Frank Abora Tuku.
Interestingly, Daniel Osafo emboyed the Premier League. The team of free or joining Hohoi United was Susubibi FC, and clearly, Mama, who said the gap between the Premier League and the Division 1 no Enshada and Wasa, because so boy against Ranford Mensah, who played for Hearts of Folk last season in the Premier League, with in terms of Premier League experience or watching now we a field day who enjoy who in such a game. It tells you that you have a lot of quality even when you play in the Division 1. And I know now witnessing in this game. So who hear TV on now we hear game. Now you don't even think that Hohoi United only gained promotion to the Premier League this season. They've really made a good account on themselves. And I think we are enjoying a very good game so far.
Right, Mr. Mama subscribe button no. Emfa mame mumia subscribe button na emfa ma e dey ama wa opese otu kwan ko Dubai ekobobla ye hia motor riders na afensu cleaners na mason for sa nipa miensan na nei ye hwehwe omo ade o mako Dubai na Dubai na awoko no nso no we obi bi awi na hyeman bi age usika na sei ni sei dabida entesa enti bomodin se wani je ho afre no ma na ede so no sisi a adase obefre WhatsApp call and asa normal call ofre a ombeje so na omo no abo enkomo na bibia so
that was a very brilliant attack, but once again kudos to the defensive setup of our United. Oman panic, they make sure say at least hold the of numbers in the 18 box 3 against 3 in that particular position, and make sure say prevented that ball, because the cutback Ekoya, it would have been an easy tap in for Frank Abraduku. Good work by the defensive setup of Hohoi United.
Sima Etiasa Bakunta Mone 31 minutes, and I have a Hearts of Folk Hohoi United. Aishabi, a phenomenal Bob Homodane, Bolom Bonefe, Papa, which is Sampa, Ghana Premier League, idea I heard me in here. A bit to me, Aquanim, a Pegabonach and Konak Kinanso, one Pegabonef, or my club on a free home, Bonacodi, Hohoi United, Bono Bolin here. Put him some Pomania Brepa. Bonakakodi, Ganiwa Bass Bola, Omo Bonefe, a Pia Bonnet Personal, be passed 90 and Crama Crass of Folk. One more Aji Bonnet from some Nesson, say Ruffy Ganiwa Bass. When he bought the Popa, why no 10% Bola Bonefe? Neso United player by quarter from the Saint-Chibia. Referee Besha Nabania Yetimi Atwaso. A pass Gani will Fifino. Will you catch any modern body idea can a from
your best players defending, not always all the time, and our top players attack it. And Ali Mohammed doesn't always go to attack those set pieces. He is there to map up those little opportunities perfectly. That was what he did. And Yembo Nabaso, at least he's growing in confidence since joining Hearts of Folk from Division 1.
Sima Adjonomi, Sima Ecosima Adjonomi and Santa Moni, Ghana Premier League match day 1, where 2025-2026 season, Ecoso, Hearts of Folk, Hohoi United, and a day Abweni, Sima, Bayer Adjonomi and Santa Moni, Yakomuno, Hearts of Folk, Hohoi United, and so A-shape, Senamidi Kai, and the two just across the folk in the match. Oboy DK, the Anano Shada, and Koye, and Famano Fizen, no. ABC season 2017-2018 obo entire life so be antimi amfa ball Antonio Kwatem has and shebi entire life and shebi no 2017-2018 season Sanso and Adriana Stars FC Adriana Stars Saturday me Adriana Stars and I'm say Adriana FC woman had to focus about 2020-2021 season Emma Adriana FC as my come you know had to focus antimi anti had to focus 2021-2022 season no Osia Legon cities and also Bia Antimi and Shebi Aduana Stars and their crowds of folk no 2022-2023 season and also Aduana Stars as Shebakwa Hearts of Folk Entimi Ante 2023-2024 season then also a match day 1 Real Tamale United and their crowds of folk and a boy RTU Eshe Hearts of Folk Kabakwa Entimi Ante and after 2024-2025 Emma Basaka Holy Stars Ebesheno Ekabakwa Entimi Ante 2017 Ebesi 2024 Heart of Folk game be on Bobiana day the momo so betting Edin Kunim it's against what United they try to say Heart of Folk betting I saw one day so betting me as a go and I bet me Edin Kunim I was I can see him we have all United Manchester Bona utimsa no de papa panya sam ketwa nensophobia wo ma jama referee se ball no foul ye fa to na ye montia United.
By far, Daniel Osafo has been quite a tormentor against Hearts of Folk. All year in the game, clearly he came in with that mindset that my member Tommy Ho ever game no more. He's not giving any spaces. The least chance Obenyano who say a lot of quality to attack, and I'm only hoping say Obenya a very good day. Probably he might even score a goal, considering the fact that he's been quite articulate the wings for Edamaho United.
Daniel Osafo won the crab on 25 so betting across the one at him. United were paid about 10 pounds at him. What permanent goalkeeper Benjamin Mensaha Antwi.
That was a point blank save. A point blank save. And that is the reason why number 1 for the Black Stars. Because these are goals are on any other given day as goalkeepers. Unya the chance to cross the ball into the 80-yard box. And I've told you about interpositional play of the Hoho United were more forward. And clearly Ganyu Abbas, I've told you, he's a player who have bought some of the big teams in the Ghana Premier League, from 11 Wonders to Samatex, back to 11 Wonders and to Hoho United. So on your novice, it will give no more. And that opportunity, he could have just made it 1-0 for Hoho United. It would have been a different ball game this particular half.
United has players from many other parts.
In the Division 1 League, Hoho United really being told to be one of the most stubborn sides, and then come out in Kakari here. Kings one as a winning possession back. Defensive lines not really cleared well. But, good opportunity, a good chance there. It was Duku who was trying to leg and toe poke the ball that comes his way into the box.
Clearly, that's what he's looking for. We'll be looking for the scraps. That was a brilliant touch in there from Duku, looking for the run of Hussein. But Haruna Mohammed was right there in the right time to knock it away for a corner kick.
Duku coming from Vision FC. They've just given away some of the prize assets. Pefi. Here comes Pefi again. It's Phobians pushing some men. Trying to make sure that they keep it the way they want it. Karim has really combed every part of the field there, trying to unlock the defense of Hoho United.
Well, he's looking for that space, he's looking for that skill that can outwit his market to create better chances up front for the lead marksman.
Well, again, the goalkeeper just missed time in the ball there, but the opportunity just going way. Watch, and it is going to be Hoho United here picking the pieces up together.
That was quite dangerous play. there in defense, but Paul Kwame managed to get it out. He wanted to burst forward with that attack, but Hussein had to quickly recover and help with defensive duties.
An expectation there for the fans of Hearts of Oak was to see Duku playing a huge role up front, but has not really seen plenty of the ball in the attacking areas, isn't he?
Supply has been very limited to him, and he can all ball it down to the fact that Martin Kakari Hussein haven't really been creative enough. And for Kareem, he's been missing from this game. In the last couple of games, you see Hearts of Oak play, he's very much evident and dominant with, you know, the team whenever they step forward, but this evening he seems a bit off color.
Ali Mohammed here for Hearts of Oak. That's from Mensah back to Ali Mohammed. Still been a CB at the back, trying to search forward, and they've been blocked almost everywhere by Hull United. Again, trying to keep things neat and simple at the back there. How to Ali Mohammed once again on the ball, finds the CB. Again, Duku just couldn't quite control the ball well, and from the Volta region, also losing possession. SCB again. Kakari's got some trickery there. Hatterfook.
Within the Ho United team, but they haven't really capitalized and made very good use of it. Is the reason why the second half started much more on a pretty high note.
Hussein and now trying to find space. Hatterfook with a lot of pockets of spaces here, going to get the balls in. And quality display by the Phobians as well as they try to push the ball back into SCB. Quickly picks up his defensive partner, Ali Mohammed. So it's been the Phobians keeping possession and for the cracks at the back of the defense there of Hull United. And Ali Mohammed's long ball to left hand side, quality play here, but it goes out there for offside. A good play from Hearts of Oak, at least an early intention there for the fans to know that they really want to score the first goal. Ransford Mensah was the one who ran in on the flanks there, wasn't it?
Clearly what the Phobians want to do is to make very good use of the flanks now, play the ball a little more high in behind and in between the defense men of Hull United to look for more scraps, just like it happened in the final 10 minutes of the first half. Maybe they can get lots more free kicks and goal scoring opportunities, and this time around they will be able to bury.
After the journey in the Division 1 League, Hull United really being told to be one of the most stubborn sides. And then coming in the Premier League, they still got quality. Martin Kakari here, 21 forward. Hearts of Oak winning possession.
QuickBooks gives me the superpower to automate my invoices, track expenses, and
It's a good chance there. It was Duku who was trying to leg and to poke any ball that comes his way into the box.
Clearly, that's what he's looking for. We'll be looking for the scraps. That was a brilliant touch in there from Duku, looking for the run of Hussein. But Haruna Mohammed was right there in the right time to knock it away for a corner kick.
Duku coming from Vision FC, they're just giving away some of the prize assets. Befi. Here comes Befi again. It's Phobians pushing some men forward. He's trying to make sure that they keep it the way they want it. Karim has really combed every part of the field there, trying to unlock the defense of Hull United.
Well, he's looking for that space, he's looking for that skill that can outwit his market to create better chances up front for the lead marksman.
Well, again, the goalkeeper just missed timing the ball there, but the opportunity is just going way forward, and Is this going to be United here picking the pieces up together?
That was quite dangerous play there in defense, but Paul Kwame managed to get it out. He wanted to burst forward with that attack, but Hussein had to quickly recover and help with defensive duties.
An expectation there for the fans of Hearts of Oak was to see Duku playing a huge role up front, but has not really seen plenty of the ball in the attacking areas, isn't it?
Supply has been very limited to him, and you can all boil it down to the fact that Martin Kakari, Hussein haven't really been creative enough. And for Karim, he's been missing from this game. In the last couple of games, you see Hatterfolk play. He's very much evident and dominant with, the team whenever they step forward. But this evening, he seems a bit off color.
Ali Mohammed here for Hearts of Oak. Comes from Mensah back to Ali Mohammed. Still been a CB at the back, trying to surge forward. And they've been blocked almost everywhere by Roy United. Again, trying to keep things neat and simple at the back there. Hearts of Oak. Ali Mohammed once again on the ball. Finds CB. Again, Duku just couldn't quite control the ball well. And the man from the Voltal region also losing possession. SCB again. Kakari's got some trickery there. Hatterfolk now detecting the pace. Mensah. Hussein drops the ball down. Suponting. Chance ball taken off his feet. It's going to be a free kick.
Well, they are trying to do their best, trying to do whatever they can to get past the defenseman of Ahoy. But that was very good cover there from Richard Obey. Good show of strength. And he just lured Subonte to commit that foul.
Well, not really overawed by the name Hearts of Oak United. Really coming in the party, really showing the prowess why they are the champions in the zone and coming into the Premier League. And so it's going to be a bit of an injury concern there to Ishmael. Haruna.
Yeah, Haruna Mohammed.
Ismail.
Yeah, struggling with something there, clearly. And as you can see, a signal from Adumakon. It looks like he cannot continue the game at this moment. And you can see Abdul Bashir calling for a quick substitution. He made that clearance, and after that, you could clearly see he didn't look too good. He's up on his feet, though. But I'm not sure he'll be able to continue the game for Hohoi. This will be a big blow, but for Hearts of Oak, there'll be a plus to them. And as you can see, the interaction from Didi Dramani, that part of the pitch has been very difficult for Hearts of Oak to maneuver. Radford Mensah has combined several times with the Subon team, but they haven't been fruitful. And hopefully, with Haruna going off, Hearts of Oak can have some joy. It's quite interesting to see how tough it's been for the Phobians to find those goal-scoring opportunities. But it's still early days yet. There's a game of football, anything could happen.
And the confidence when they play at the back there, Hearts of Oak, has been interesting. A lovely play here. Oh, United now trying to set some men forward there, looking to create some opportunities for themselves. Session of play. Oh, that's definitely a very, very cynical tackle there, Hearts of Oak. And Baby's been booked. The first Hearts of Oak player to have his name taken.
Amagwabefi came in with that intention, and it was just a malicious challenge from him. And it was an area of the pitch, a situation where it was a needless launch into his man there. Daniel Lai was close to the action and had to call him to caution. Now he will be walking on a very tight rope for the rest of the minutes, knowing that Ahoy would always want to take advantage from the flanks. There may be an injury to Haruna, but a yellow card to Befi.
Good chance now for All United to take advantage of it. And just behind the ball as well as Daniel. He's trying to drop the ball down, but again, it's just been hit wide.
It was always going to go wide, too high up. Not the best of techniques, not the best of hits from him.
The first substitution being made there by Howard United, and so having to play his vice Kekeli Atop. He's coming in to replace injured Ismail Haruna.
There's a like-for-like substitution, but Kekeli isn't as strong and as resolute, but he has a lot more up when the team is attacking. But in this game, I'm sure Bashir will be looking forward for him to actually improve his defensive game.
Well, so a chance now for House of Oak. Well, so Howard United. Now they're trying to find themselves in the box now. There is going to be Benjamin Asari to save this one. But Hearts losing possession so easily. And there's a lot of space there. Unfortunately, it is William Odro, the man who scored 8 goals in the Division 1 League competition. And he's just unable to deal with this one.
Well, he had enough time to get a lot more into the penalty area before hitting it.
After folk having the defensive line creaking and cracking at the moment. And at this time, there wouldn't be any call there on the advantage. Mensah. Yes, Haruna. There's Ali Mohammed. Asari. Again, it's Safiano who was trying to win it back there for Howard United. And now, Scott Mensah will have to charge further on the left-hand side. It's for Safiano to deal with. Mohamed Haruna, formerly from Tamale City, just been taken out of the game after picking up an injury.
And if you look at his replacement, another player, formerly of Great Olympics, he's a man who likes to play on the flanks, but at this point, he has to improvise and play as a right back, Kekeli Ato.
Lasone committing a foul here. That's a folk for United yet to get the scoring going in the game. Advantage free kick here for the Phobians. Martin Kakari takes the ball deep into the box. Now Hearts of Oak will have a chance, but it's been headed out there by All United. Defensive lines well neat and tight. Certainly going to be another ball into the box. This time scrambled away. And the Phobians have seen plenty of the ball just in front of the 18-yard box of All United. And this is how they have had to win it back. Mensah again, it's just been doing a yeoman's job. They applauded from the fans, who are just enjoying his play. Bayfi in the yellow card this evening. Bayfi again. Duku just losing possession. Now it's going to be Ganeu. Turns well. Oh, United calmly shooting.
Looks more like a pain. Clearly, that was it there. David Opoanfrani just barging into this man there, and it landed just on his shoulder. That must be painful. It could clearly be a dislocation, and as you can see, an experienced physiotherapist, formerly with Ashanti Gold, making sure that Paul Kwame gets back. They need him. Very much experienced.
We have Andrea Ayew and Sharaf Mohammed just watching this game and perhaps show what's happening going through the minds of Andrea Ayew. He's really played football for quite some time now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't, but he's still keeping himself very much active. He's been training, looking forward to getting the club. And, you know, as always, just before his move to Le Havre, he had no club last season. But, you know, just when everyone thought Andre was not going to play, he managed to get a club. And hopefully, he's still looking for a club. And I'm sure Sharaf will be looking forward to his investment in football, you know. He's been doing boxing in the last couple of months, and I'm sure football will be his next target.
Here comes Ali Mohammed. It's a long searching ball. And there's nobody there to pick it up for Hearts of Oak. Phobians. Well, have scored in each of their competitive games played so far since coach Masoud Dramani was appointed. Now the Phobians were able to pick up. They scored a goal against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, but they lost the game by 2-1 in the President's Cup. Hamza is scoring in that game as well. When they beat Heart of Lions, the World Cup as well. They have Frank Tuku and George Paku scoring there for Accra Heart of Oak. They continue their top 4 performance with Ransford Mensah scoring a goal against Heart of Lions. And they drew 2-2 with Gold Stars as well. George Paku, Hussein Mohammed, Samuel Atta, Kumi and Justice Arthur scoring their 2 goals there for Gold Stars in that game. The Session Heart of the fans only the throw-in. Well, the Phobians have really seen the Frank Duku doing a very interesting job there because he scored some of the goals there against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Well, he's been interested, and you look at Hatfield, and I think that the supplies have been very much limited to Frank Duku. He's looking forward to them trying to find him in the opponent penalty area, but that hasn't been fruitful. It's forced him to come much more deeper into the game, often missing his runs and not being able to, get the ball whenever it's being played to him. And I'm sure that will instigate some quick rethoughts from Didi Dramani.
Well, it's going to be a quick decision there by Masoud Dramani trying to reinforce his players on the pitch there. Likely to see George Paku being given a chance to play a part in this game as well. Here comes Alosode. Been a call there against the players.
Yeah. Abbas was trying to get the better from that aerial challenge, but SMA would always be superior when the ball has to be that height.
Mensah. Hussein's been brought down. The advantage going to Ohio United. Now Ali Mohammed will pick it up for Heart of Oak. Played a little over an hour here at the Cross Court Stadium, the first Premier League game. A home match for Heart of Oak.
Second yellow card. It was a right bookable offense. And Adumako would
to holding their own against the Heart of Oak, and now they have to give the advantage to the Phobians. Very, very inexperienced decision taken there by Jamaku.
Very early shower for him, and I'm sure it's more shameful for him letting his team down in a very crucial moment of the game. He's come off well, so
you don't want to have this record in your books. The first player to be shown the red card in the very first season and the first game.
Now, Abdul Bashir would have to quickly readjust at this moment. With 10 men, they would have to quickly reshuffle their cards and see how they are going to reshape a much more defensive approach I'm expecting from them for the rest of the minutes.
Just 22 minutes to end the game, and the advantage has been given. So it is Solomon Tumako has been shown the red card. Martin Kakrai behind the ball here. George Paku so in the mix. Thinks it forward, Heart of Oak with a chance again. So they're really coming in to do a lot of work at the back there for the side. I haven't seen the man go down. There by Al-Hassan Abdam.
It's the Indomitable Hero Pack promo. The goal is to win a trip to Disneyland Paris. We all have 8 comic books, right?
Role in this game as well.
But clearly they quickly had to reshuffle it, get another man in that defense because Adamako is off, and Justice Dikro Atiabo coming in to just fill in that space. They've also taken off, Ganiyu Abbas, the striker. He's worked tirelessly. Then they've brought Alassane Adamu, midfielder, central attacking midfielder, to show up that midfield and give them an opportunity to burst into attack whenever they need one.
Play their heart of oak in the box. And now, a chance to a little bit of smart there. So surprising that they couldn't quite get the opportunity to do. Minutes to go, and it's still goalless here at the Accra Sports Stadium, the first Premier League match.
With the second half, the numeric ball. But who knows? Football can be funny sometimes.
Yeah. The Hearts of Oak have already scored in each of their previous home games against teams based in the Volta region in the Premier League since the 2014-2015 season. It's been withdrawn, and Smauli Kwayo has just been given a chance to also come in here.
What Idi Dramani has done is to take off one more defender and bring on an attacking player in Mauli Wayo. He's going to operate from the flanks. He's very pacey, he's strong, he's energetic, and he bursts forward with a lot of energy. At this point in time, the Phobians cannot hold back. 3 men at the back should be enough to contain the sole man up front for Hohoi.
Side in the Volta region to have been Hearts of Oak in the league game, both home and away, is Hearts of Lions. Here they come here. And again, it's just a very poor decision being taken there by our United. It's just the player just being given a chance to come in here. There's Kelly.
That was an impressive run from him. Got past 2 men, but the final decision was very poor. He decided to go on the blind side of the goalkeeper, but he ended up going sideways.
The Phobians have had some interesting names there. Some of whom have had to play and score some interesting goals there for the Phobians. Kofi Intibuachi and Mano Ose Panaheni. All of them have played a part there for the Phobians some seasons back. Yeah. Hearts of Oak are winless in their matchday 1 games in the Premier League in the last 6 seasons. In 2017, they drew goalless with Inter Allies, and the 2020-2021 season, in the first game, they lost to Aegean Stars by 2-0. Then they drew goalless with Legon Cities in the 2021-2022 season. And the 2022-2023 season, they played away to Adriana Stars. They lost by a goal to nil. And then Hearts of Oak also lost to RTU in the 2023-2024 season. And Basaka Olista also beat them last season. And the opening game by a goal to nil. In the last 6 seasons, in the opening game, Hearts of Oak are winless.
And these are against opponents that you expect the phobias to be picking up points against them. At any time they go into those games, the opponents turn up superior, and it's exactly what we may witness today. Another draw is looming, but a few more minutes for them, and all they need to do is to push the ball a little up high. They've been, wasting too much time for me in the midsection of the pitch.
Last season, Basakoli Stars had just joined the Premier League, and at home, they actually came all the way to Accra to beat Hearts of Oak by a goal to nil, and that's an interesting story. Has been told by many pundits and trying to get the understanding of what happened. Now it is goalless with the last quarter of an hour to be played for, and they're playing against new entrants in the Premier League and scoreless now.
And that was masterminded by a man who is on the technical bench for Hearts of Oak now, the assistant coach Abdullahi Gazelle with Bashake Holy Stars. He knows how painful it may be for his side to lose when actually he was at the same ground to win the opener last season.
The players good defensive play. And the Phobians have seen plenty of the balls there, but haven't really gotten the chance to get the final delivery. Being productive is Sibe charging forward, trying to get his man into the box so he can offer some bit of delivery here. And just trying to calm things down a little bit over United.
They'll be happy, they'll be glad to be winning some of these fouls just to calm the tempo of the game, frustrate Hearts of Oak. At this moment in time, they should get back to Ahoy with a point. They will be glad.
It's being withdrawn there from Manuel Jose Senior. Just giving a chance to come in here.
Saying that it got to a point, Kwajo Boama was supposed to be the link up man in midfield, wasn't really having the very best of games. He's tired. I'm sure that is the right thing for Abdul Rahim Bashir to do now. Fresh legs, because at this point in time he needs lots of legs, fresh legs to be running and be covering every blade of grass to prevent Hearts of Oak from scoring. Say Senior is a very dynamic midfielder. I'm sure
Marines Masters FC was able to get a player there. That's Daniel Osei Senior, midfielder. So trying to shove and pick it up. Recycling it beautifully. 12 minutes on the clock there. Sibe to Ali Mohammed. Mensah.
It is that whole you'll be looking forward to. A lot more time being wasted with some of these fouls. A very good delivery. And as you can see, there was a jam from Mauli Wayo bumping into his man and eventually collapsing with the goalkeeper. He went in with the arm. And that was a very terrible decision there from Mauli Wayo. You could see he caught the goalkeeper's neck. But thankfully, Musa is up and Ho United will be very much happy. The time-wasting antics started.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to find some time. Have failed to score in their match day 1 games in the last season. 6 matches played in the last 6 seasons, and they have failed to score in those opening matches.
Not very much encouraging if you look at what they displayed in their preseason games. They should be doing better. dangerous opportunity at goal.
They haven't really been lethargic and little up front, Hearts of Oak. Now, the last time Hearts of Oak won a matchday one game in the Premier League was back in February 21, 2016. That was against the New BRC United. And it was the 2015-2016 season. They won by a goal to nil.
That's a long way out, long time out. A decade ago, and it doesn't look promising for them.
Well, it doesn't. Now still goalless there with 10 minutes to go.
They need to find some magical moments before the final whistle is blown. The fans agree it's going to take some time for Didi to build a very resolute team for them. But they need some of these results to keep the
a lot of talking points by tactical display by Masudi Dramani. Told you what is after leaving Kumasi Asante Kotoko, perhaps this will be the very first time in so many years that he's coaching a domestic club. Because after Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he's had chances to play a part, and he's worked with Norgeland and the Black Stars, and eventually